I'll tell you what, I'm taking heart about with something really exciting here. You remember the episodes we did on Bill C-293? This is the crazy liberal backbench bill to ban animal products, to ban meat during a pandemic. Nate Erskine Smith, Liberal MP. This is his bill. This is the guy who interviewed Justin Trudeau. He's got a YouTube station, about 50 people watch it. It's actually probably better than a lot of other YouTube stations in terms of having real content. But he had Justin Trudeau on his show recently, and I showed you the clip where Justin Trudeau is totally excited, enthused about having an early election because he wants to defeat Pierre Poilievre, and nobody else can do it but me, he says. So this is his bill. This is a bad bill. This is a bill that is before the Senate right now. Now, we had a couple of shows on this, and it got people energized. It got them phoning, emailing, texting their senators saying, don't let this bill pass. And listen to what Alberta is saying. It's getting involved in this now, too, because their people are fighting back. We are all resolving to resist.
Jay Sigurdsson, Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation for the province of Alberta. Now, I'm here today because Alberta's government is concerned about a federal bill that is now before the Senate. From an agricultural perspective, Bill C-293, an act respecting pandemic prevention and preparedness, encroaches on our constitutional jurisdiction under Section 95 and singles out the animal agricultural and food industry if we face another pandemic. These proposed changes could devastate Alberta's agricultural industry and have huge negative consequences on producers, processors, and our entire provincial economy. If the bill passes through the Senate, the federal government would have the discretionary power to allow public health officials to shut down facilities like livestock operations and meat processing plants without clear, objective criteria. This would disrupt meat supply chains and other agricultural operations linked to them, like feed production, which would place our role as a major food supplier at risk.
If passed into law, could dramatically alter one of our province's biggest industries. Now, Alberta's Ministers of Agriculture and Health were joined by representatives from the pork, poultry, and beef industries today, echoing fears about what powers this law could leave the federal government, while also assuring the Senate and Albertans that they're taking care of safety as it stands today.
Alberta's chicken farm families follow strict biosecurity and animal welfare standards under the Raised by a Canadian Farmer on-farm food safety program, which is recognized and audited at the federal level.
Alberta will make decisions about responding to public health emergencies in a way that best serves Albertans, not the federal government.
Now, the group isn't asking to throw out the bill, rather have the Senate get back to the table with people like them to clear up some of the language. And guys, even though this bill's been floating around the Senate for nearly 2 years now, the need for the press conference today was brought on by the voices heard from the industry, from Albertans. They've grown stronger and a little bit more frantic as this one does get closer to being passed into law.
All right, so you think the work we do here is meaningless at times? I never do, because I know we're reaching people, even if it's just the audience I'm talking to right now. But yes, we're doing something worthwhile, and I think this proves it, because there was no pushback, no significant pushback on this bill until we started talking about it, until we exposed how bad this bill is. This is not some bill about making Canadians safer. Everything the Liberal government does makes Canadians safer. If you listen to them, if you believe their language, it's going to make life safer for you. Just like the C-63, the Online Harms Act. It's going to make Canadians safe. Even though the laws it projects in terms of protecting children and women or anybody else are laws we already have. This law is aimed at exterminating free speech in Canada, getting rid of it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, folks. Don't listen to Justin Trudeau. We need this kind of attitude in Canada right now, because let me tell you, Justin Trudeau will fight tooth and nail to stay as leader of the Liberal Party and as Prime Minister of Canada, and he will use every trick in the Liberal handbook to do that. So we have to be vigilant, and we have to have perseverance to fight this battle to the end. As I've been saying since this station went on the air, we need to resolve to resist. And we need to fight for our free speech and our democratic rights to say what we believe, to speak, as John Diefenbaker said. And don't forget that t-shirt that's available out there in the store. I speak as a free Canadian, free to speak, free to believe in what I choose. And Justin Trudeau is not going to interfere with that. Thanks for being a part of the KRAYDEN'S Right Resistance, and we'll see you again soon.
So we are in a very precarious position in this country. We need a political change, but we also need to resolve to resist.